Well, the Padres are in Washington taking on the Nationals, and the Spurs and OKC are going to determine who moves on to the finals after Game 7 tonight. Here to break down all things sports this weekend is broadcaster Lee Hacksaw Hamilton. All right, Lee, it's Saturday. Let's do this.
Good morning. Padres had to win because they're falling behind in the pennant race. Padres didn't win last night in Washington. They beat the Nationals. That's Lucas Giolito, ex-Red Sox, White Sox starting pitcher. His history, walk batters and give up home runs, and it bit him last night. He gave up 2 bombs. He walked 4 batters. He had traffic on the bases, never got through the 3rd inning. 9 guys on base. They yanked him, but the Padres came back despite the home runs that he gave up. Tremendous night. Ty France crushes a home run. Fernando Tatis had 3 base hits. Tatis is on an 11-for-22 hot streak right now. Manny Machado had an RBI. Jackson Merrill crushed a 2-run home run as the Padres kept coming back. The game featured 19 hits, 10 bases on balls, and 12 runs scored in the Padres' victory. Mason Miller scuffled again, but Mason Miller gets his 4th 4-out save of the season. Washington had guys on base all night, could not score. They were 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position, but the Padres burned through 6 pitchers in that game last night. Padres have lost 6 of their last 9. They have to get a hot streak going because the Dodgers have won 13 of 15, Jason, and the Dodgers now have a 4.5-game lead. Padres, Washington, again, late afternoon in D.C. Speaking of Padre baseball, let's go from on the field to off the field. Joe Musgrove has now finally revealed what's gone on with this chronic elbow situation. Stress fracture of the bone. That's what they're considering now. He's taken injections to strengthen the bone area. They have found another bone spur. If he needs a surgical procedure on the bone spur, it'd be a nanoscope procedure, which means the recovery would be a lot quicker. But he's going to test it. He's going to throw first. Joe Musgrove has not won a game for the San Diego Padres since September of 2024. He's gone through 17 months of rehab. He's had multiple setbacks. They don't know if this stress fracture is totally healed. They don't know if the bone spur is going to be a problem. We're going to find out in probably the next 2 to 4 weeks. If they have to scope him again, he might not be able to pitch till maybe sometime in September. Keep your fingers crossed. He's overcome so much adversity, but he's not back yet. So that's the Padres story of the day.
And then there's the business of baseball.
Oh, great transition. The owners, the union, have both made their first proposal to try to avoid a lockout. And now the war of words has begun. What the owners proposed, starting at the top of the page, salary cap. That's never going to fly. Salary floor, they want that. Unique, 50-50 revenue share with the players. Here's the most unique aspect to what Rob Manfred proposed. Pool all the TV revenue and put it into a pot of gold. That means the Dodgers would put all $230 million they get in TV revenue, like the Padres would put their $40 million in, and that, to me, is a big difference maker. There's also talking about phasing in the potential of a salary cap. That'll never get agreed to. And they're talking about a Larry Bird NBA-type rule where I can retain my own free agents in-house and it won't count against the cap. So there are some facets to what the owners proposed that has value. This TV revenue share, to me, is the most unique. Now, that's what the owners proposed. The union came back, and all the union did was ask for money. That's all that Bruce Meyer wanted, and that's a big negative. He wants, obviously, luxury tax threshold. That is kind of agreeing to a salary cap. He says you can't pay a tax until you're over $300 million. Right now, the tax number is $244. He wants an integrity tax for the small market teams. If they don't pay $151 million, they're going to get taxed. That's not going to fly because that's not mandating the owners spend more money. He wants to tax the big markets like the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, etc. I don't see that fly. And he asked for pay hikes for every category of player. Here's the bottom line. The owners proposed something I think works. The unions proposed one thing with the upping of the luxury tax threshold. I don't want to hear any rhetoric about we're going to die on the hill, we don't want a salary cap. Just go back to the table you got between now and December 1st to sort through the best of the proposals, merge them, and let's just keep baseball going the way baseball's going, which is pretty successful.
Okay, something about a basketball game tonight?
Oh, I love Game 7s. The NBA loves Game 7s. We're talking San Antonio at Oklahoma City. Game 7. These teams are locked in together. It's a 3-3 series. Get these stats. You've got the greatness of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander against Victor Wembanyama. In Game 7s, the home team has a composite record of 117-42. Oklahoma City in Game 7s, 4-0 at home. Spurs in Game 7, just 1-5. This series has been blowouts, big scoring. It's been absolutely fabulous.
All right, the NFL.
One last topic on the table. Huge controversy for John Harbaugh walking in the door as the Giants coach. His young quarterback, Jackson Dart, who's gotten very vocal about politics, spoke at a Republican group session in upstate New York and praised Donald Trump. And that brought instant bad response from his teammates, including star defensive end Abdul Carter, who is very strong in his Islamic faith. And then Jumbo Elliott, the Hall of Fame offensive lineman for the Giants, sounded off, and he ripped Dart publicly. These are some of the hottest quotes. What sold you most about Trump? And he brought up January 6th, the pardon of the convicts, the Epstein files, corruption, and then he lectured Dart, don't bring that bleep into this locker room. Dart, he's a young guy, second-year player, didn't know what he was talking about, should have never done this because it's created furor within that locker room, and now John Harbaugh has to go in and settle this situation. Everybody's got a right to an opinion. Yeah. That was the wrong place for him to make those statements.
Choose your communication medium wisely. That didn't happen there.
Exactly. Jason, that's the latest in sports.
All right. And next Saturday, we're going to be talking about the Stanley Cup final that starts on Tuesday night.
And we'll be talking, too, about the Belmont Stakes, third jewel, Triple Crown of horse racing.
Wow.
And we'll see where the Padres are, because the Padres go from Washington into Philadelphia to meet the home run hitting Phillies.
All right. Lots to get to.
Big week ahead of us.
Awesome.
Have a great sports weekend.
You too, Lee. Thanks.